Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we're reading one big, no pun intended, Bigfoot story, and yeah, I thought it would be interesting, but yeah, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and yeah, let us get into the Bigfoot story. I spent 10 years of my youth homeless, drifting across Canada, hitchhiking and riding freight trains across every place. I never knew where I wanted to call home, so I just traveled this beautiful country to see which places I liked best. I have many years of experience with and trapping wilderness survival. So being standard in places has never been an issue for me. The particular story happened in summer of 2013. I was hitchhiking out of Williams Lake because uh, uh, Williams Lake, BC, but it was getting late and I was having a hard time getting picked up in a small shoulder at an edge of town until one man pulled over and said, "I can't drive you very far, but there's a roadside rest stop a few kilometers down the highway." And yeah, um, I'm just gonna say something before we continue this story. Very creepy situation. Hitchhikers, I wouldn't pick up a hitchhiker, but I mean, that's just me personally. But yeah, I guess I can't say anything. But yeah. But yeah, let's continue with our story. Down the highway, and I think you might have better luck there. I agreed. The man drove me a few kilometers down the highway, and yeah, driver drives me to the rest stop, and from there I pull out my cardboard sign that says East in a bold black drive and in Sharpie. I stood there for a couple of hours to no avail until it finally got dark and ambiguously, your chances of being picked up at night are very slim. I decided to hike off in the woods and set off a tarp and a sleeping bag. My plan was to sleep through the night, and in the morning I would walk back to the highway and try again. So there I go, flashlight in hand, walking into the bush off the highway. I have always had a hard time sleeping with trucks and big rigs, so I hiked about 200 to 250 meters into a bush off the highway so that some of the sound and traffic wouldn't be deafening, and I set up my tarp in an A-frame kind of a pattern area between two trees. So basically, his old campsite's between two trees, over a tight line of paracord and pinned down with tent legs. There'd been my go-ahead shelter for many years. It's around 11 p.m. No pitch black. It's pitch black outside. I didn't bother to get a firewood because I was exhausted around 11 p.m. Now pitch black outside. I didn't bother to get any wood. From walking all day with with a 30-pound backpack, I crawled into my sleeping bag and I was out like a light. In the middle of the night, I woke up to a tree branch cracking all around me. Big branches, whatever it was big. I heard heavy panting, breathing, but the scary part was that it was human breathing, and very close, right outside my tarp. I thought it might have been a bear, but it was human-like breathing, and it was also super unlikely. It would be anywhere deliberate, trying to mess with me, and there were no cars parked at the roadside turning parking lots earlier in the night. When I returned into the woods, I am positive nobody saw me. I was paralyzed with fear, laying perfectly still, holding my knife, my flashlight turned off. Then, the next thing I know, a huge log gets thrown at my little building. Collapses my tent, and yeah, I knew I was screwed at that moment. The entire tarp fell off me. Screaming as loud as I could, I climbed out with my knife. It lit flashlight, and whatever it was ran off into the bushes. I never got a good view, but whatever it was very tall bushes being rattled and took off. Then I looked at a long got thrown at me. I was away. I missed by my head. It was missed by my head by a few inches, pinned at my tarp. It into the dirt below. It was about 8 feet long, maybe 10 in diameter. It would have killed me. I built a fire using whatever sticks were laying out around the small clearing where I had camped and kept looking all directions with my flashlight and was terrified. I figured it had a fire might ward it off, looking all directions with my flashlight, and I was terrified. Figured it ran off. Whatever it was, just got a closer encounter with it, and at any rate, I had no intention in staying long. I took apart my shelter, rolled it up, packed everything, and get the hell out of there. It took some serious muscle to move the log and get my tarp unstuck. Once I was packed up, I walked back onto the highway, waited until someone picked me up, and felt safer there. Whatever threw the log was no bear, and I know it was a human. It couldn't be a human. Well, whatever it is, I was scared that night. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Sorry for the background noise. We're working on my house, and yeah, that's very annoying. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Welcome back to another video on the channel. And today we're doing alien Reddit stories because this is super fun and it's better than reporting Pokemon news. But yeah, in all seriousness, thank you guys for watching these videos. And yeah, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, follow me on Twitch. Even though I won't stream on there. And yeah, let's get right into this video. And yeah, alien stories. Reddit. So our first story takes place actually pretty recently. Someone literally just posted this maybe uh, a month ago. Skated home one night from a friend's house and watched watch a UFO move over my head. The light stopped at a point, continued moving in another direction, and proceeded to do this again, flying off into the distance. Went back to my friend's house the next day and told all my buddies. They laughed at me, but his mom came and claimed she saw the same light the previous night around the same time. They stopped laughing quick. It's all fun and games until multiple people saw it and your friends are bullying you and laughing at you. And yeah, it turns out it might be real. Once I saw a massive soundless craft over North London around 12 a.m. Couldn't have been more than 4,000 meters up. Probably was a military helicopter, given that it was a approaching light, but it was a super cool experience. If you live near a military base, like uh, near a military base, I imagine the types of encounters increase. Also, during air shows times, there will be plenty of odd sounds and shapes in the sky. That wasn't really an alien story, but I'm just going off this Reddit, and know what? I'm counting it because yeah, I don't know. You never know. It could have been an alien breaking out of Area 51, even though Area 51 isn't even there. But yeah. Let's try to find. I'm gonna try to find more, and yeah. Know what? We'll try to find one. Once I saw almost the entire night sky light up green, and the radio station immediately went silent out for a good few minutes. And while driving, that was about as close as I got. One time when I was jogging, I saw of those three alien toys, uh, whatever you want to call them, holding a giant dong that someone had taped to the hand of a bench. That's not an alien story, but it's pretty hilarious. But yeah. Let's get into the next story. Sorry, if that wasn't an alien story. They're hard to find on here for some reason because the subreddit is very annoying. But yeah. Let me try to find one more good story for you guys, and know what? Maybe we can actually appreciate it. I don't know if this will qualify, but a woman named uh, we'll call her Emily, ran for a mayor here in London for elections, with one of her campaigns being that the reason aliens have not visited Earth was due to them having a proper place on land, and that if she was elected, she would build a dedicated land platform. I mean, that sounds like something Florida would do, not London, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. No offense to people from Florida. But yeah, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, sub to the main channel because we're almost at 120 subscribers. And yeah, thank you guys for watching these Reddit videos. I love making them. And yeah, see you in the next one. Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're talking Reddit stories, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Follow me on Twitch, sub to the main channel, subscribe here, leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let's get straight into another Reddit video. So, this is a doctor Reddit story, and this subreddit is doctors. What is the creepiest thing you've ever encountered while on the job? Alright, so this story is 6 years ago. Verifying death is always sad, but my friend tells me the funny story about how creepy his first verification of death was. This is not meant to disrespect anyone. Black humor is a huge part of doctors' strain strategies. He was on the night shift a few weeks ago into his first job as a qualified doctor, and he got call from a ward to say a lady has passed away and expected death. Hence, he hadn't been called about her before, and he could verify and could not do the paperwork. It's a busy shift with lots of sick people to see first, so he takes several hours to get there. He goes up and tells him she's in a roommate, and the door to roommate is slightly ajar, and the room is dark now. She was in the side room, but most patients there were shared bays of 6 beds, so you can get into the habit of turning lights on. It in his nervous haste to make sure he didn't look like he was looks like where he slipped into the room armed only with a little pen porch. The window was slightly open, and he swears the blind rattled against the sill and crept toward the bed. This tiny circle of light from the torch picking out the room with the hospital blanket, only a very slim rise showing where she lay, as she was an old tiny lady, just skin and bone. Finally, the lights blazed over her face, and he was too bit back and a little screamingly dropping the torch. Now, to verify death, the doctor has to listen for a heart and breath sound for 2 minutes while feeling a pulse, check for a pulse reaction, and to check for no response to pain. He flicked the torch difficultly across her glaring eyes, forcing himself to shuffle close enough to the torch, first to check to response to pain, and then settle shaking fingers on her throat, so close to furious grinding teeth to feel for a pulse, to get his stethoscope under the collar of her gown under the blankets. He has to lean in even closer, almost nose to nose with her, unable to draw his gaze away from her, and he has to stand like that for 2 minutes, a second crawling away as he stares into a screaming face. He says there's no way he would have heard a heart or a breath sound even if she had been alive. All he could hear was his own racing heart in his ears on a loop in his head. Please don't let her move. Please don't let her move. Oh dear God, don't move. Alright, so there's the video right there. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe to the main channel, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Welcome back to another video, and today we're talking about near-death experiences These are Reddit stories, and yeah, there's a lot of them, so I'm gonna tell as many as I can. And yeah, let's get into the video. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe to the main channel, subscribe here, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so our first story is about a 19-year-old girl. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease about 2.5 years ago. A little over a year ago, my intestines burst out of my body, began to give up. When I was being transported from hospital to hospital, the next it was an experience I will never forget. Alright, so, the next story is, my body started to give up. Like I said, the craziest part about it, was that I didn't even care. Knew by the look on the doctor's face and my crying parents that things weren't good. But at the time, I just wanted to go to sleep. I had been through so much pain that my body started to go into a dreamlike state. When I did come to remind me of tripping on shrooms, everything seemed so surreal, and I felt warm and comfortable. I only clearly remember bits and pieces of reality, but clearly I remember thinking back on my life in significant moments. That was story number 2. I'm a 20-year-old male who experienced a near-death experience when my appendix re returned. I have no clue what that word is, but something happened to the appendix. Yours sounds worse, though. I was home alone at 4 a.m. My appendix exploded from accurate appendix. My ambulance membership has expired, and I'd gone septic by the time I walked to the hospital because taxi drivers said I was too sick, and they didn't want me dying in the cab. On the plus side, I really got first care of projectile vomiting blood on a trained nurse. My pain only lasted about 2 hours, so yeah, got off light other than, which feels like you got ice in your veins and liquid magma in your brain. It's been pretty good, so it it makes a pretty good story when drinking, though. Yeah, the next story I'm picking to pretty much is we'll do 2 more stories, okay? A week before this, I had surgery where they removed my, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna look it up, alright? I'm gonna look it up real quick and see. Alright, the word's ileum, and, yeah. Continuing, but no one ever told me that it could rip where they reattached it. Apparently, the tissue was too damaged to hold, but I asked myself every day if that is the case. Couldn't they tell when they were looking in front of them? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Actually, this has affected me in an interesting way. Ever since this experience, I am actually looking to relieve similar feeling. I have tried more shrooms, acid, and I continue to search. I also have openly admitted to being an atheist. I was before, but after this experience, I thought about how I saw no God at the end of the tunnel, and after I didn't care what others thought much about me. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. These were near-death experiences, and yeah, I hope you did enjoy this Reddit video. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe to this channel and the main channel. Almost at 120 subs, and yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. And check out this snipe, and yeah, thank you guys. Welcome back to another video, and today we're talking about disturbing Reddit stories, and yeah. Before we get into this, follow me on Twitch, subscribe to me on the main channel, subscribe to me here, leave a like, turn on post notifications. Let's get straight into this video. Alright, so the first story is this one right here. A few years ago, I was walking through the woods, off the beaten track a bit, and I smelt this really overpowering sweat smell. Being nosy, I pulled back the undergrowth to take a look and found the dead body. The guy clearly has been there for a while. Wasn't looking great. All swollen and green and black with various runny bits. Local wildlife had also been dining well for a few weeks. I called the police, told me wait there by the body until they arrived. Being in the middle of nowhere, it took a while for them to arrive. It got dark, and I was just sat there in the dark with him for a long time. It turned out he had committed suicide for a long time afterwards. I had dreams about him, and he would walk to me and not nice things, mainly about how he was angry and disturbed places he wanted to kill himself, probably. Just imagine a pretty disturbing time. He turns up dreams for probably time, no doubt, will be tonight after typing. About 2 years ago, I was driving home from a family reunion pretty late at night, and the drive was about 2 hours. I didn't stay at night because I had to get back to work for the following day. Most of the drive on the roads, dense bushes, trees, either side, real creepy ones. You see a lot in movies anyways. I'd been driving about 45 minutes and I was starting to get really tired. You know how sometimes suddenly just become really tired out of nowhere? Well, yeah, that happened to me. I knew I wasn't going to last. I didn't come across any places that I felt I could park safely. Anyway, after it became clear to me I was to find pull-up tiredness wasn't a way. I was somehow very tired. I pulled over the side of the road, grasped behind some bushes, tried to hide my car from anybody else who was going past. The road weren't empty. I came across another car finally, a few minutes or so. I made a mental note that that the time was 11:12 and fell asleep. Sometime later, I awoke by scratching sound. I looked at the clock, 11:50. The sound stopped after a few seconds. And because I was still extremely tired, I didn't bother looking around. Simply went back to sleep. I was later awoken by the same noise at 12:40. This time really freaked me out because the the sound didn't stop. I thought ran across my mind that I was just an animal inspecting my car, but why return almost an hour after it had left the previous time? I looked in the rear view mirror and just managed to catch a glimpse of something running away into the forest. Now, at that time, I thought it was damn hooker killer, you know, the one scratched the couple's car, then slaughtered the guy when he got investigated. Yeah, no, I'm good, I thought to myself, so I got the hell out of there. There was a bend no more than 100 yards up the road, and as I came around, there was a car parked off the side of the road with the driver's side door open. I slowly down just to look to see if anyone was there. Then I looked in the rearview mirror. I didn't see anyone. All of a sudden, the guy comes sprinting around the corner and starts screaming at me, shouting like, "Hey, hey, you get the out of my car!" Now I noped out there, sped off. I never saw the guy again. Moral of the story: don't sleep outside deserted roads. That's gonna be it for the story, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate this. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and if you could, can you follow me on Twitch? I don't stream on there, but know what? You never know. And follow me on Twitch, like I said, TikTok. If you have any creepy stories yourself, go on to my Reddit. And yeah, final thing is subscribe here, like, turn on notifications, and also subscribe to the main channel. And yeah, send in your creepy stories if you want. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're on Reddit. You already know the vibes, and we're talking about Karen stories. So yeah, before we get into this, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Reddit, link in the description, follow me on Twitch, sub here, and know what, let's get straight into the video. Back in the day, Blockbuster, I would get screamed at all the time for telling people they still had movies out when they returned it. I would live for the moment where they hastily run up to the Dropbox the next day, return the movie, and then book it out there as fast as they could. Our next story is this. I had a woman complaining to my boss because I could switch back and forth two languages when addressing coworkers, and she found it distressing and unprofessional, as she could not understand what I'm discussing as if I were her business. My manager politely laughed at her and told her we'd deliver her order to her house. Alright, so why I don't know why people take this so seriously. If people want to talk to each other in different languages so you don't understand, I don't see what the problem with that is. Um, Mostly they're probably discussing how you're crazy, which that's probably what I would do. But know what? We move on to the next story. We have a pretty new Reddit story. Ma'am, there's nothing more I can do for you. I need to leave immediately. If you still have concerns, please contact our corporate office. Alternatively, when I owned my own business, we're done here. You have to complete lunatic to waste your time after that. The biggest problems I ever had were not as manager, they were as employee who worked retail, high school, and college. That's when you get all the crappy Karens. Indeed, because when you're working retail and stuff, Karens think they can walk all over you just because you're a high school or a college student, which yeah, you can do that, but it's probably not ideal and it's not very nice because they're also, let's say you're working at a grocery store, they can like destroy your stuff. And I would not do that to fast food workers because they can spit in your food. Not saying I would if I worked at fast food, but you know what? If you really piss me off, I mean, you never know. But in all seriousness, just treat people with respect. I mean, it's not that hard to do. And yeah, let's get into our final story. I actually wanted to end this video on the Karen's not a story, but pretty much how they were actually getting offended on a word Karen. Um, and I'm gonna talk about that real quick. I honestly think if you're willing to do all this stuff a normal Karen does, or pretty much anything that's disrespectful or mean, I'm sorry, you kind of deserve to be called a Karen. I mean, if you're just annoyed at someone or having a bad day, one, don't bring it out on them, but two, you're probably not considered a Karen if you're having a one-time experience, but just don't bring it out on other people because honestly, that's probably a Karen story. That's probably gonna end up on Reddit. But yeah, I honestly don't really care if people get offended by Karen story on the Karen definition or whatever and how they're upset about it. I honestly don't understand why, but you know what? Just don't be a Karen. And yeah, that's gonna end the video here. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you like these videos. I like to make them. They're fun. So yeah, more Reddit videos coming. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, peace. Oh yeah, follow me on Twitch. Use my Reddit. Just put anything you want on there. It's fun to do. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'm out. Peace. Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about near-death experiences. And these are Reddit stories. And yeah, there's a lot of them. So I'm going to tell as many as I can. And yeah, let's get into the video. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to the main channel. Subscribe here. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so our first story is about a 19-year-old girl. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease about 2.5 years ago. A little over a year ago, my intestines burst out of my body, began to give up. When I was being transported from hospital to hospital, the next it was an experience I will never forget. Alright, so, the next story is, my body started to give up. Like I said, the craziest part about it, was that I didn't even care. Knew by the look on the doctor's face and my crying parents that things weren't good. But at the time, I just wanted to go to sleep. I had been through so much pain that my body started to go into a dreamlike state. When I did come to remind me of tripping on shrooms, everything seemed so surreal, and I felt warm and comfortable. I only clearly remember bits and pieces of reality, but clearly I remember thinking back on my life in significant moments. That was story number 2. I'm a 20-year-old male who experienced a near-death experience when my appendix re- re- returned. I have no clue what that word is, but something happened to the appendix. Yours sounds worse, though. I was home alone at 4 a.m. My appendix exploded from accurate appendix. My ambulance membership has expired, and I gone septic by the time I walked to the hospital because taxi drivers said I was too sick, and they didn't want me dying in the cab. On the plus side, I really got first care of projectile vomiting blood on a tringe nurse. My pain only lasted about 2 hours, so yeah, got off light other than, which feels like you got ice in your veins and liquid magma in your brain. It's been pretty good, so it it makes a pretty good story when drinking though. Uh, yeah, the next story I'm picking to pretty much is we'll do 2 more stories, okay? A week before this, I had surgery where they removed my. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna look it up. All right, I'm gonna look it up real quick and see. All right, the word's ilium, and yeah. Continuing. But but no one ever told me that it could rip where they reattached it. Apparently, the tissue was too damaged to hold. But I asked myself every day if that is the case. Couldn't they tell when they were looking in front of them? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Actually, this has affected me in an interesting way. Ever since this experience, I am actually looking to relieve similar feeling. I have tried more shrooms, acid, and I continue to search. I also have openly admitted to being an atheist. I was before, but after this experience, I thought about how I saw no God at the end of the tunnel, and after I didn't care what others thought much about me. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. These were near-death experiences, and yeah, I hope you did enjoy this Reddit video. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to this channel and the main channel. Almost at 120 subs, and yeah, I really do appreciate you guys watching. And check out this snipe. And yeah, thank you guys. Welcome back to another video, and today we are actually not watching, my bad. We are reading Revenge Reddit stories, my most favorite, the best stories that we could actually do, and yeah, these are my favorite stories to tell, only because revenge is a sweet thing. I like getting revenge, and yeah, if you guys do too, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, follow me on Twitch, subscribe to the main channel, and yeah, let's get straight into revenge stories. Alright, so let's get straight into it. A classmate's mom tried to get me expelled for quote-unquote selling drugs. Now they're being sued for embezzlement. I picked up a few addictions in grade 10, cigarettes, and some other drugs that weren't allowed. I was very depressed, and I changed schools for my senior year to a small school where I knew most people. I'm trying to start new with old friends and new people. Well, there's some rumors followed me. I was still a heavy stoner, and so were my friends at the school. This got me some unwanted attention. Some people don't care to hide it. It became a problematic a few months into the school year when an announced letter was sent into the school claiming to be concerned for my well-being, saying I was going to school high, smoking with my friends on breaks. Pretty true. I managed to avoid punishment because there wasn't anything to back it up, and the principal and vice principal weren't very weren't happy about this announcement because then came a few more letters saying I was selling pills to younger kids, pressuring them into taking them. They claimed they had 12 plus kids' parents on board to pull their kids if I wasn't expelled. My parents were pissed. Some of my teachers started treating me differently. Kids I had been friends with distanced themselves. It caused me to replace hard and ruined my grades. I made it past it all, didn't get expelled, passed my courses, and still had a few friends from school. Now on the corrupt, now there's corrupt lady. She sent letters to kids I knew saying everybody hated them, they should leave school, etc. We knew it was her in previous instances because of what WhatsApp number she used to threaten some and send letters written in the same word style got attributed to her. She's a psycho, always meddling even in her younger daughter's crap, who was 10 or 11 at the time, keeping her kids from hanging out with other kids she doesn't like or her parents she doesn't like. Today, I read an article about 2 years after fact saying there's nonprofit and being sued by Prevents. I live from embezzlement accused of stealing $4 million through a few shell corporations. Some programs they literally sold to themselves through another company, their own, and some of their other crap I don't want to get into. I feel bad for my daughter. She was chill when she was younger, but her mom I never did crap to hurt anybody at the school. I kept my head down and tried to deal with my demons, and she didn't let me. But karma got her ass, so it's cool. But yeah, that's the video. Or that's the Reddit story. Karma is a sweet thing. I like karma. Revenge is nice. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this karma story. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and yeah, follow me on Twitch and follow the main channel. Almost at 120 subs, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe here, and yeah, thank you.